Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to another friendly scrim. Today we're looking at Zoo versus Helios. We're going to be watching from Zoo's side. They're playing as the Allies on Utah Beach. Fighting over Chapel, you see some supplies coming down. The curtain's going to drop in 5 seconds. Back the camera off and watch this unfold. You can see that Zoo has all of their things lined up perfectly across the whole map, so they're looking to just fill this line in, not just rush straight into the point. You can see a couple of their trucks. Most of their stuff's coming right in the center, which of course you would expect, but they had some trucks down here in the south. Probably going to build backup Gary's right off the bat, maybe. Nope, that was a recon vehicle. I thought I saw a supply truck down there. That was my bad. Nope. They're just moving their recon vehicle up that road. That's pretty standard. Here you can see Helios coming, crossing the canal, moving on the north side of the canal. I see transport truck and their light tank. Another transport truck down here to the south, along with another light tank, and the Puma. So 2 more transport trucks heading straight towards the center from the south side. So you can see Helios is coming through right here, and they're going to push up to Chapel through this bank of buildings for the most part. So they take control of Grandma's house, and they take control of this territory here. Try and pinch Chapel off. Zoo has the advantage on this map to get to Chapel first. It's much closer to their spawn point. So even though they got to come off the beach, they still have the advantage. Let's get in here a little closer. Kind of missed stuff because that's my fault. I had my camera zoomed in, and when it's zoomed in like that, it doesn't show the players like this. So we'll get a little closer. We're seeing some crazy explosions. We missed some stuff. That's unfortunate. A little too much specking. It does look like Zoo took control of Grandma's house first. So they have the greater numbers advantage there right now. Holding on to that. Look at that. They just got a spawning up there too. So they're really taking control of Grandma's house. They're going to control the north side of the map. Helios trying to push in down here in the south. Zoo pushing down to meet them though. There's a spawn in there right below us. So they just got a nice spawn in down here towards the south. You can see that Helios has some guys kind of swinging down and around. But there is already squads for Zoo down there to meet them. You can hear that Luke's going crazy wherever he is. Strafing runs going through for the Germans. That was a Helios. I think that was just a truck that blew up from the Lukes right there. You can hear these Lukes just going to town. There's the P4 is right there. Hanging back, hitting the church with some long range fire. There's looks like the Sherman. There it is right there, right by the church, along with another... Is that probably the Stewart? No, there's the Stewart. 2 Stewart, they got all of their tanks right here at the church. The Sherman is taking some fire from that P4. P4 fire at a cost, trying to get a hold of him. The Sherman backs off. Grandma's house still under Zoo's control. Helios getting some spawn-ins up there, starting to get ready for a push into Grandma's house up over here, pushing up through these hedgerows. Zoo's got a pretty solid hold on the general capture area, the church and the houses just south of it. They're looking pretty good defensively, but Helios has the ability to control the map a little better with where they're at. There's the capture. All of the spawns inside the zone now go down for Helios. They're going to have to make sure they place down their OPs again. They do have a number of squad leaders up here in the north getting ready to push into Grandma's house. And you can see Zoo is pushing up, getting ready to meet him, jumping up into the hedges, getting into those shooting positions. Born goes down. Several of Helios' guys go down out in the open field. They're taking excessive casualties. This attack is getting completely shut down before it ever even makes it past the hedges. Zoopel now pushing up, looking for Zia, getting shot at by Excel. Hey, Excel gets him. Good shooting, Excel. I didn't think anybody was going to stop him for a second there. Hearing tanks go down back here. What did we lose? One of the Luxes goes down, possibly to this Greyhound that snuck around behind him. Where did that P4 go? Did we lose that too? I turned my back for 2 seconds and all the tanks went down. Rockets coming across for that Greyhound, just barely missing him. Flares are... Ooh! Flares up for the Americans. Getting a feel for what's in front of them. This Greyhound just moving around, shooting at everybody. Rockets can't seem to quite catch a hold of him. Let's take a look at the line. You can see Zoo is holding a good line from the shackle. They've got a couple of bulges forward. They have a handful of guys down here in the south covering their south, but most of them are pushing up the main road right now. Looking probably to take control of the canal area. That's a really important avenue of approach for Sunken up here. Sunken is one of the points that it's completely surrounded by open fields for the most part. You know, you can kind of, if you can make it to here, you can get in. There's a couple of spots kind of, you know, right here that you can get in, but most of this is way more open than you want it to be. Some close-in fighting going on down here. Winston goes down. Zarkin turns and goes back the other way. Decides he doesn't want none of that. There is an OP right there for Helios. Zarkin goes down when he tries to peek the next hedge to possibly Zest or Super Coke, not sure who. Hyper just, again, pushes the other way. Zoo starting to push out in the center, though. One of their stewards now pushing up to support this. They're starting to draw fire from the hedgerows further off. But there's several avenues you can use to push up through here, though. A couple of different hedges. There's one here that you can use the road. This spot, not so much, but there is a fence that can kind of cover you a little bit. I'm pretty good at shooting the fence posts. They're catching hell, though, trying to push through Helios here in the center. They are starting to form a bulge there, though. Up in the north, holding at Grandma's house, handful of guys holding there, keeping Helios back in their hedges. Bit of a push coming down here on the south, though. Just on the south side of the canal, with the Stewart trying to push into it, push across it. Oh, taking some shots at the Garrison over there. Garrison in the open. Oh, first one was short, the second one was long. That Stewie could really get a hold of that Garrison if he pushed forward. Ooh, that was nasty. This took out like a whole squad. Did you get it? He got it. Third time's the charm. Good shooting, Tommy. D-Bear's pushing up. Jumps the fence. Satchel. The fuck? Who put that satchel there? Did they have a Garrison there I wasn't paying attention to? I doubt it, because they got one right here. Some forces up at Grandma's house. Down in the south, Helios starting to swing down around. They've even got skiz all the way down to Grandpa's house. Helios starting to take control. They've got a foothold in the houses right here on the main road. See what they can do with it. From here, if they can just push up a little further, house by house, get some OPs by this bunker and trees, then move up to this building, and then from this building you have shooting positions directly into the church. This is the way to go, but a lot of their guys just got cleaned up while we were looking at the church, talking about stuff. Zoo reacting to this rather quickly. Now, we do know they managed to make somebody over here to Grandma's house look at this, and they've already got a bunch of guys, OPs and Garrisons lit up. They see it, reacting to it immediately. Helios kind of getting boxed out a little bit. Here in the center, between the road. Does this road have a name? No. It's in Carentan. The road doesn't get to have a name. Between the center road and the canal, Zoo is really starting to spread out, take control of that entire sector. They got a couple of different hedgerows they can use to move around in there, so Don't have to worry so much about Artie being directed into a specific spot, shutting them down entirely. Rocket's coming off from Pop-Tart. He's moving directly towards Shaolin. I think that was a smoke that just popped. Shaolin gets Danku's Sniper Girl right on top of Hyper. Goes down to Shaolin, I think. Puck goes down. Magua goes down. Some even trades going on over here. Zoo gets pushed back a little bit with Pop-Tart now being kind of forward just south of this garrison. I almost think that'd be lit up. He's not terribly far from it. There's a garrison and an OP right there, so he just moves a little bit north. He could take that out. I don't know if they know that that's where they're coming from or even suspect. He doesn't seem to be moving that way. Let's ship back up here in the north, take a look at what's going on. Oh, wow. Up here in the north, Helios completely removed from the equation as Zoo pushes up to this first line of hedgerows, setting up positions, getting ready to push forward further into Sunken. Usually this northern approach is not the best way to get into Sunken. Swinging down through the canal is generally the best way. Once you can reach here, you can get a garrison up on the line. You can get a red zone garrison up here in the corner if you want, maybe even a little further. There's Gumo's courtyard up here you can get garrisons in, and from there you can just flood into the canal itself, push up. You can move up these different hedgerows, all kinds of things that you can do down there in the south. But up here in the north, you got this one fence and this one road, and everything else is wide open. And yet, Truma walked right in the front door. He's right on top of Clock. Didn't see him. Didn't even look. Didn't check his corner. Clock gets him in the back. Oh, what's he shooting? Shooting at the Stewart. That's one hit. That's 2 hits on the Stewie. Come on, Clock, can you do it? 3 hits on the Stewie. He gets the other AT. That Stewart just might survive. I don't see any more AT. There's Mick way back there. Depending on which way he goes or what kind of spawn-ins they get, they might be able to take out that Stewie. He is right up in the circle, though. Not quite enough to cap. They still got quite a few guys here. I feel like there's Tits McGee. Tits McGee is probably going to take out that Stewart. It's going the other way. Here they come with their more tanks, though. The Stewart goes down. I think one of the tanks got him. Didn't quite see where the shot came from. Over here somewhere, I think. More shots coming across. I need to back up. Alright, looks like... Is that a 76 now? Doesn't look like it. Does not seem to be a 76. Excuse me, nose is getting kind of itchy. A lot of pressure on Sunken. While that's happening, Zoo is now taking control of the canal. Well, kinda. They're taking control of Rue, right? Root? Not Root. I can't remember the names of these places. Come on, nose, knock it off. I don't want to be sneezing right now. Down here in the south, Helios still holding on to these buildings. They're getting up in here again. If they can get some capture pressure on the chapel, then Zoo will have to pull back some of their guys from their forward positions. And Helios really needs that if they want to take some of that pressure off. I mean, there's a big, huge gap in the center, but that's a lot of wide open territory there. So you wouldn't want more than 1 or 2 guys trying to make their way up the hedgerow. Maybe a squad leader trying to sneak an OP somewhere, but usually you want to stay into the more covered areas where all the houses are. Warm pushing up on Irrigator. Irrigator backs off a little bit. I don't know if he's got a spawn lit up. Didn't see who got Warm. Who the hell shot you? Serious? Probably serious. Zoo's starting to form a little bit of a line right here. You got Helios right here, holding on to this area down here. They kind of have the crossroad. It's behind their lines. They don't really have anybody there. Quick Nick's up behind them though. Pretty quick. He'd be able to push right up this canal, and you can pretty much bet that they got spawns in here somewhere. Let's shoot back to the north. Does look like Zoo got pushed out of the center. Helios took back the canal right there and the center point. Brazilian cat pushing up, trying to get a feel for what's in front of them. Now, they got a machine gunner in the back. They're just kind of holding this position. But I definitely hear more shooting off to my right. Oh yeah, here we go. Zoo starting to push the front door of Sunken. They got their tanks, right? They got 1 or 2 tanks up here. They did. Looks like they lost their tank support. While we were checking out the south, they lost their tank support, but a lot of infantry right here in the front door. Mudborn pushing up right on top of Shaolin. Mudborn goes down. Here comes the Arty. Here comes the Arty for Helios. This could stop this attack. Not too many, like I said, not too many ways that you can approach from the north up here. So, but Shaolin pushing through. That's going to widen out the places that they can move in. There comes the garrison for Zoo. Right on the edge of the line, right in the artillery. Naturally. I do have this here, though. There's a spawn in right there. Ooh, there. I knew there was a tank back there. That was a pretty big hit, but didn't get all of them. They still got a number of infantry pushing right here in the front. Alicia goes down while trying to throw a frag. Truma and Eden Stark, though, right up in there. Eden Stark just laying low. If he stands up, that tank will see him. Truma pushing in, gets blessed. Here comes the Lukes for Helios up in the north. There, Truma gets taken out by the tank. The Lukes pushing up. Probably just destroyed the garrison. No, it's still there. I thought he'd be able to see it from where he is, but nope. Comes another flood of infantry, but with Helios pushing a couple tanks up here, it's looking less and less likely that Zoo's going to be able to get the capture at the moment. This is not what it's supposed to be doing. Yeah. This front door is now starting to be boxed out. They're catching hell from the tanks. They're catching artillery. They're trying valiantly to push in this front door, but I don't think it's going to work. I mean, you never know, I suppose, but I don't think it's going to work, personally. Here comes the Lukes pushing up. Mudborn still goes down, though. Got Heiser right there. Tommy right there with the AT. They all go down. I think Clock got him, honestly. But Eden Stark makes it up into the circle, gets taken down by... dude, Arnkhan. How do you say your name? Every time I see that guy's name, I'm just like, how? What am I supposed to say here? It seems like that center part's supposed to be like some sort of makeshift letter. I doubt his name is RN Khan. What are you doing, RN Khan? Alright, I'm done. Moving on. Zoo finally pushed out for the most part. They're still control a good portion of the map, though. Their line now is extending all the way out from Grandma's house. They control pretty much everything in the blue. I want to take a quick look down in the south. There's a handful of Helios guys in the zone. It's been about the same down here, though. Zoo's actually pushed further south than they were the last time we were down here, and pretty much all their guys just went down as we watch it happen. Batagles. Fatagles gets a kill. Scythe taking some shots at him from the from the south, I think. I can see him looking. I hear some shooting. Batagles goes down. I think from Wrath. Do a little bit of a flyby. Right down the line. These guys are keeping about, for most spots, they're keeping about 50 or so meters apart. Anytime they get in within that distance, bullets start flying real fast. You're down here in the main center road, though. Cheeks, man, it's managed to make it back up into this point here, and now they maybe can push up, start putting some pressure on the canal itself. I do see that Zoo managed to swing a squad leader around behind. Gas mask killed him, but likely not before he got his OP up. We'll see if they push down there. Oh, so they're like right on top of a garrison, maybe? Oh yeah, right on top of that garrison. Didn't find it. Levinus, you're gonna get shot. Oh, he got him! He got him! Nice shooting, Levinus. I thought Gas Mask had you there. What do I shoot? I hear a machine gun. Confused. Up on the glider. Oops, slow down. Let's see what you see. It seems like they're actually kind of inside of your view. Looks more like you're looking further out there right now. Cheeks gets taken down from behind by Aragon. Helios taking back this center. Zoo's putting a lot of focus up in the north right now, and Helios, now that they have it under control, are swinging a good number of their guys down the canal. Kind of looking like they're going to maybe push right up through here, these two avenues. As I would expect, that center area with the canal is very important. A couple of Zoo guys here in the front door, but Helios has this under control. They're spawning in right there on an OP and immediately getting destroyed. Here comes a 76. Looking to support Macbeth. Artie's just coming right on top of him, though. That 76 is... he's a little lonely right now. I don't know if I would want to push that far forward with him. I know that he technically has a squad in front of him, but... I don't know about this. I don't know what he's trying to do. Support these guys, I guess. Seems like a bad idea to me. They're already in the Artie. This squad is getting wiped over and over again by both artillery and rifle fire. Yeah, he's backing off. Protecting this garrison. Maybe that's the play. Protect the garrison, but... Garrison 2 is just drawing so much artillery fire. Take a look at the line. It's like Zoo's pushing out in the center again. Kind of seems like Helios is breaking through right here a little bit, but they got a heavy tank right there with infantry support, so I would think they'd be able to hold that off. The artillery's been moved back outside of this range now. The artillery overextending, not getting a hold of this infantry anymore. And he's back on the garrison a little bit. I don't know if he's trying to get some rounds on that 76. This is looking a little better for Zoo now. Ooh, there he takes a hit. Got the Tiger right there. He's got the first shot. Getting a satchel on him. Did get a satchel on the Tiger. I can see the satchel right now. I don't know if he's just trying to hold him in place. If he can't see him, can you shoot through there? Maybe, yeah, I don't think you can quite shoot through there. I'm elevated a little bit, so it seems like you can see that, but I don't know if they spotted that satchel. I see it burning. I see it burning. There goes the Tiger. That's a big play for Zoo right there. Get this 76 repaired back up. Their infantry's pushing in. Flares going up. Down in the south, it looks like they've got more control of that area for Helios. Right in this area, even pushed up a little bit all the way to this hedge. Right, because the other tank is over here somewhere. I can't see it. Not gonna look for it. But 76 now pushing up a little bit, already coming down on him. But Avox should be able to move his OP. 2 OPs now. We got 2 squad leaders here for Zoo. 3 squad leaders here for Zoo. And they are looking to get aggressive with this push. 76 is pulling up. I don't see any more tanks for Helios. It's starting to get real heavy over here. I would expect this fight to start getting real crazy. Alright, I see a tank crew over there. There we go. There's the Tiger over in the canal. The crewman was spotting, gets taken out. I'm gonna guess they have a spawn somewhere relatively close to where that Tiger is so he can get back into his tank if he dies, but... Tiger down a crewman. I just saw another one coming too. What's this? 2 Tigers, so they got 2 Tigers back here. If he had pulled up just a touch, he would have had a good shot on that 76. '76 did get a hold of him a little bit, so they back off from each other. I swear I saw another Tiger, or another tank. I did see another tank. Yeah, so a second 76 pulling up. Where is he? Right there. Helios is pulling it back, but Zoo is not giving up the pressure. They got still got a couple squad leaders up here. They got a number of guys spawning in, pushing forward into the circle. I'm pretty sure that's Zoo's artillery coming down. If not, that was. Both teams' artillery coming down now into Sunken. This is the point to be. Hello, everybody. Thanks for watching. Beth goes down. Let's try to push up. These guys are not even really able to get that close to each other before they're killing each other. Here's a big spawn in for Helios up in the north. Zoo actually has more control over the circle, I would say, right now. If they can box out that circle and get a handful of guys in it while controlling the airs around it, they'll have the greater cap pressure. Drasnik goes down right in front of us. Jaywalk. Not looking. Somebody got Shaolin, though. He turns and looks. Truma's right there. Truma goes down to Jaywalk. More Zoo guys in the circle. Helios starting to push around the circle, getting better control of the zone. Didn't quite see where that other 76 is now backed off quite a bit. The other 76 is right up in the circle, though. He's right there. Right there with an engineer on top of him, keeping him alive. Cap starting to swing towards Zoo. Helios, they got an encirclement around here. Artillery's starting to get a hold of the Zoo guys now. They're quite bunched up. They got the circle, but they don't control as much of the surrounding area. They just lost their 76 in the circle. That's pretty much going to take the pressure back off for them, for Helios. It's flickering. It's flickering. They still have a lot of infantry in the circle. I hear a precision. Where the? Oh, they were going for the 76, but he was already dead. I thought they were going for the other one. I swung my camera around all crazy looking for it. This is looking better now for Zoo. While this is stabilized for a minute, I just want to swing back down to Chapel. I want to see what's going on. Beta getting around behind. Look at this. 4 squad leaders and a garrison behind Chapel. They've got... That's like right there they've got a garrison. More squad leaders down here to the south over there by Weasel. Zoo is pretty committed to capturing Sunken. Let's see if Helios can do something with this little back attack. I mean, at the moment, they've only got 4 guys committed to this, but they're all squad leaders. They could flip half their team over here in a matter of seconds. I'm waiting for OPs to go down. So you got Widow and Joe pushing right up the center. Ooh, look at that. There's like 9 squad leaders over here right now for Helios. The old bait and switch. The Kansas City Shuffle. Cito, you're looking lonely. Joe, get Cito. Oh, wow. Wow. What do they got for garrisons here? They have good garrisons spread around Chapel. Weasel goes down. This is insane. Helios, that is a hell of a play that they're pulling right now. More spawn-ins coming in. There's the commander, Smithers. Hi, Smithers. Where's Wix? I want to say hi to him, too. We'll find him eventually. Super Coke goes down. Fatigles goes down. Dark Nugs goes down. Ian's goes down. Lots of casualties for both sides, but I don't necessarily know that Zoo is aware of how much pressure they have at the church right now. I mean, there's like 10 guys in the circle right now. This is looking really good for Helios. They've got it almost half capped. Sunken is being captured. There's a couple spawn-ins for Zoo, but that's not going to be nearly enough. Cito gets blessed, I think. A couple more go down for Zoo. This is really starting to look like a capture. Now, I don't know if he's got a bombing run in his pocket or not, but here comes 76. Flare goes up for Helios. They'll see that 76, that's about it. Nut Dick pushing down with an assault, most likely with a satchel. Maybe not. Looked like he just tossed a smoke at it or something. Is he? He's trying so hard. Can he get it? Not quite. They're trying so hard to get a satchel on him. There's the capture. There is the capture for Helios. They're still trying to get a satchel on that 76, but that spells bad news for Zoo. They just lost all of their garrisons. Every single one of them is off the map. That's horrible. That is a horrible feeling. Now, they did get a lot of guys coming back from the center area. They're starting to flood back in right here. You can bet that they're probably going to get a garrison in. They got supplies here for a double drop. They're already pushing into the building, so they're definitely going to get this pressure back on. They're even starting to cap it back right away. But I got to give props to Helios. That was a hell of a push. And I thought they were going to lose Sunken for a few minutes there too, but they pulled a sneaky on him. Now, let's see how Zoo reacts to it. Like I said, they should be able to get a double drop garrison up back here. See, they've got some supplies up here. They can start doing double drop stuff up there in the north. I'm sure they'll get a couple garrisons up on the blue line. Trying to get back into the buildings in the south. This is one of the major approaches into Chapel. I think that's part of the reason why Helios' little sneaky there worked. They put it into a less conventional spot up here, just tucked in right behind that hedge. Have to run across the open territories. They got kind of lucky. They got kind of lucky that nobody looked that way at all. Didn't see them crossing those open fields. Couple of spawn-ins here for Zoo. They do control this territory down here. They're starting to push up from the south. Helios holding on to the church, though. Flares coming up for Zoo. They're going to see how many guys are in that circle. They're just going to see a wall of red. Look at that. Just a huge cluster of red right there by the buildings. They are starting to shoot from back here in the west. And things are kind of flipped, actually, because of how the points went. So now it's like Zoo is attacking from Helios' side of the map. Tables have turned. Go PV! Thanks for watching. Fatomus Le Betard. I bet I just said that wrong. It sounded weird, so it was probably said wrong. Zoo getting up close, starting to push in from the south. I haven't done too much close in fighting. I want to see some closing. Truma goes down. Look at this. Zarkin trying to get around this building. I don't think he knows what he's in for. Sight's not really looking that way, though. Forbes is. He keeps peeking. He gets Pop-Tart. Huh. The way he's peeking like that with the hip fire mode, seems to me like that's an easy way to get shot from somebody who's not hip firing, but you can move faster. I see the way he's peeking, he's doing it really fast. More flares going up for Zoo. Helios still controlling Grandma's house. Starting to get pushed out of the chapel, though. Got a 76 pushing up from the east side with another one further east, shooting long range. 76 pushes down into that little gun pit. Still a lot of Helios guys here, though. They do manage to clean up most of what pushed in here for Zoo. Zoo now starting to get back on their side of the map. Got some good. Most of their garrisons up down in the south. I did see some supplies, so they should be able to get one up there in the north for themselves. Getting some squad leaders up in the chapel. Things are starting to flip a little bit now. Helios got pushed out of the chapel, and they're kind of pushing back up from the south now. Zoo almost has this kept back. About a little over 3/4. Holding on to the circle. I think, honestly, that's Zoo's artillery, and then, yeah, that would be Helios' artillery there, so. Number of Helios guys are trying to get in a close-in fight in here, right, but they're getting shot by Zoo from further back. Got Eden Stark way back there. There's the capture for Zoo, and they get the chapel back. See them starting to spread out now. They're trying to take back control of this line. They've got to keep control of these areas. Now they need to push Helios out of Grandma's house. Did they just lose one of their 76s here? What just blew up here? Repair station. Other 76 pushes up. Is he? He was stuck. He pushed in, pushed him out of there. Nice. Don't get stuck yourself now. I just heard a Luke somewhere. Things are starting to spread out a little bit now. After that capture. Zoo's, it kind of feels like Helios is trying to consolidate a little bit. They're still keeping some pressure going on down here in the south, but. That OP right there, OP right there. Scythe, you gonna push into that? You can get it? Can you hear it? You should be able to hear it. There he goes. I was gonna say. Oh, squad leader fight. 2 against 1. They're gonna run right into each other. Ooh, Widow actually shot first. The guy was at Scythe. Scythe was shooting up the road. Here comes another push from Helios, taking some flanking fire from Brady. Zoo has pushed out. They're pushed out right here. And Helios is, they're kind of inside of them a little bit. Coming down from Grandma's house, getting behind them. There's nobody here at the chapel right now for Zoo. Now, Artie's still coming down on them, though. They do have the 76 right there. 2 76s in the circle. Sorry, 2 76s are in the circle. So that's a lot of cap weight. Good number of infantry here for Helios, though. Zuko up in close, gets a hold of Blast, gets a hold of Puck. Mongo goes down from behind, looked like. Or, no, Magua got him. Ooh. I don't know if that was a garrison or an OP he was shooting at, but it looks like whatever it was, he got it. Dank Nugs goes down, and that's going to clean up that attack. Up at Grandma's house. Ooh, 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 ooh. There's a spawn in. Gazupo finds it. He goes down, but he definitely is going to know that OP was there. So. Helios trying to push out away from that OP now. Still trying to keep the pressure on the Sapple. China guy is an engineer, maybe trying to get a hold of these tanks, but he's got Para and Snarcher. There was a spawn in, definitely got a hold of that OP. And both of them. China Kai got, oh, I think that was entirely artillery there. Alright, I think Zoo's going to clean this up. There is still that OP right there in that gun pit. They get a spawn in. Snarcher goes down. Avox gets China guy. That OP just disappeared. The squad leader must have moved it. Maybe Ya. Could have been Ya moving it over here. No? I don't know. I don't know whose squad that is or what he did with his OP, but I'm gonna go take a look up here at Sunken. We haven't looked at Sunken in a few minutes. It's clear. It's still clear. What was that? Stewie? Stewie goes down. Not a terrible loss. Confused with the MG, trying to hold on to Grandma's house. It's drawing fire. Oh, there's a garrison here. He's taking down the garrison. Gets the garrison at Grandma's house. Gets shot in the back because of it. Fair trade, in my opinion. Fair trade. Take that trade any day. Avox goes down to Joe over there. Goomotrain for president? Thank you, Nell Scott. I should point out that I am absolutely old enough to run for president. AT gun goes down. I think that was a Helios AT gun. Let's pull back over here by Chapel. Looks like the 76s are starting to push out now. Yeah, looking north. Helios coming up the creek bed. They got a garrison right in the creek. That's, I don't know, maybe it's around that curve or something, but it seems like that you'd be able to see that from this bridge. Oh yeah, you can see that garrison. No, you can't. It's behind a burned out tank. And around the corner. Right? What the... Was I just looking at a burned out tank thinking it was a garrison? I think I was. Boo! Alright, let's back the camera off, get focused. Zoo pushing down to the south, still keeping Helios from pushing up from down there. They're just spreading out, so you can see that Zoo is trying to spread out. Still the same essential strategy. They're going to bulge out in the center. They're going to get Helios over here and down here, and then they're going to push across the open area up in the north. I'm guessing that's what they're going to do because they've already done it twice. But we'll see. Warm 248 goes down to Quick Nicks. Gang looking awfully lonely down there. There we go. There it is. I was like, man, Helios has to have something down here. So they actually have their OP push. This looks like they're kind of starting to swing out and around, and there's a good garrison right here that's going to alert them to it. But that's probably the play, is push up that hedge right there. Beta gets a hold of Shaolin. Para's probably going to shoot Beta. No, he's not looking this way. Oh, he jumped prematurely. Should have gone all the way around to the other side of the hedge. Then he would have been safe from Shaolin, and probably would have seen the garrison. They might even be able to see it from right here. Oh yeah, you can see that garrison. And this time it's not a blown up tank. It's actually a garrison. 76 pushing over here for Zoo. Let's head back north. Pop-Tart in Grandma's house by himself. Gets taken out by Tommy. Zoo holding the line up here in the north. Not really pushing out like I would think that they would be. Kind of the opposite. You got Mudborn pushing across. Of course, being a spotter, he's probably just waiting for them to make the same attack that I just speculated. Ooh, somebody got somebody. Looks like Helios is now doing the opposite of what I just said. They're the ones pushing in up here in the north. Flare goes up for Helios. He's going to see that there is a good number of guys here. That's going to spot 4, maybe 5 guys. Not sure if Macbeth is in that flare circle, but let's go this way. I see a lot of buildup down here. Let's go see what's going on over here. That fight in the center again. Zoo holding on to this house, trying to push up so that they can take control of the canal. Now, Helios doing a much better job of holding on to the canal than they were earlier in the match. Canal being like one of the major approaches into Chapel itself. Hear a little bit of shooting down south of me, but it does look like Helios is starting to push up in here. Excel gets a hold of a couple of them. I think he just burned an OP as well. He did burn the OP, but Heiser spawns back in. He's going to replace it. I would have expected him to replace it. He probably will. It might be on spawn timer. Maybe he just placed that. Obviously, we didn't see it. A lot of fighting going on down here in the south. Zoo really trying to stop Helios from getting control of this territory. Is this just a truck? Yeah, it's a supply truck. They will have seen that a supply truck drove in here. That definitely would draw some heads. Forbes up close. He's looking the other way. Battagles right above him. Cheeks goes down to Forbes. Battagles will have seen and heard that. Went stationary. Doesn't know exactly where it came from. Gonna move back through the house. He's peeking. He's looking. Forbes just holding. Just gonna hear him walking. Gets him in the back with a headshot. Now Sirius is here. Sirius will have heard that shot. They gotta know he's close. Para looking for him. Can't quite find him. Oh, he misses. Gets Para. Sirius hears him. He knows he's right there. He's gonna stand up. He's gonna get shot. Right. Oh, they're looking. Ooh, Sirius with the quick draw. I thought he had him. Super goes down. He turned around just in time. I thought he was going to win that little fight and just kill everybody there. I really did. Nice shooting by Sirius, though. Gets him with the quick shoot. Zoo holding control in the south. Beta now slips out and around. Did they get that garrison that was down there? They did? It was here, I think. Where that garrison was, right below us. So yeah, they did get that garrison. Beta got taken out by Weasel while we were looking at the map. And it kind of looks like Zoo cleaned this up. They did a good job cleaning this up. There might be some spawns in there somewhere, but all the infantry is cleaned up. Widow goes down to Levinus. There's Forbes again. Look out for... Ooh! Long-range rocket. And the Sherman's kind of stuck. Taking more hits. Forbes gets a rocket in front. Here comes another long. It's a little short on another long-range rocket. Forbes is in the reload. He's shooting that tank in the front, though. There's the ricochet. That's why you don't shoot it in the front. He's stuck. You could have gotten around him. I mean, I guess Levinus is right there. He probably would have shot you. In fact, I think he did shoot you. But still. I think, I don't know. Shooting at the front of a tank. I guess in a pinch like that, do what you can to get your rockets off. Supplies coming down. That was Zoo supplies. D-Bears, I think, seen at least the general vicinity where it came down. Most likely we'll find it. That's pretty deep into Helios territory. I think they're taking it down right now. Did he not find it? I know it landed like right here. He's like right on top of it. Right on top of it. Is it in the bush? It's in the bush. There goes the tank. Taken down by Forbes. Nice shooting, Forbes. Yeah. That's a... I'm gonna note that spot. Spray, if you're watching. Dude, that spot right there where you can drop supplies there and they can't find it. I didn't know that. Zoo now pushing forward. Looks like they lost their tank, but they cleaned up that OP. Pop-Tart goes down. They might be able to make it over to those supplies now and get a garrison up down here. They did switch their tactics for the most part. So instead of bulging the center and then pushing to the top, they've just cleared the entire south and are now sweeping up towards the canal. And Helios is rising to the challenge as we speak. Good number of their guys spawn back in here in the center. Widow goes down to Winston. Winston goes down to Puck. Puck goes down to Squirrel. Who's gonna get Squirrel? Oh, I thought Dark Nugs had him, but him and Sniper Nugs, or Sniper Girl, goes down to like Truma or Bliso, I think, over there. Holding the line over here on this hedge. Now pinching this area from both the south and the east. Trying to take control. You can see that King, while this is happening, him and Charlie getting pushed forward up there in the north, trying to put the pressure on. I want to turn and take a look, though. I could just feel that Helios has somebody slipping in behind, and here it is Beta. Come back and see what Beta does, see if they accomplish anything, but most of the fight's right here right now, and I'd rather watch this. Puck goes down to Quick Nicks. Zoo starting to take control. Spawning on the garrison. Clock and Dank Nugs goes down. Squirrel on the garrison. That is a dead garrison. Garrison goes down. Zoo takes control of this sector. Now they're going to start pushing up through the canal. They will most likely help clear this out first so the rest of their force can push up. Helios has a number of guys over here now. Trying to push through around the area of Grandma's house, just south of the barbed wire, but that's a lot of wide open area to push through, especially when you've got Cheeks the sniper clapping you. Azan goes down. Zoo pushing up, starting to clear out the canal. Any OPs that were here, if they're still there, they're going to be spotted real soon. A number of Zoo guys go down, though. There's a spawn in for Excel. There's an OP right there. Another spawn in. 2 OPs right there for Helios, so they can get the reinforcements in. A grenade just went off right there. That might have gotten both of those OPs. It looks like it did. Oh, no, 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 no. There's a garrison here. Garrison. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey, look at this. Swinging around the outside of Canal now. Not quite getting a hold of that garrison, but it's going to be well known. Tiger's right there. 2 repair stations on top of him. Don't do it, Seth. Another spawn in on the garrison. Another spawn in for Helios on that garrison with a Tiger covering him from the back. Zoo trying to push into it. Not sure if... Well, no, never mind. They do know it's a garrison. They were shooting rockets at it. So they definitely know there's a garrison there. Excel goes down to Zuko. Super Coke, I think, just went down to that tank round. There goes all the infantry. Azan trying to push up, getting around behind. Just got blown up by his own tank, I think. Unless they got a recon vehicle over here or something. He just got blown up by his own tank. Beta definitely got cleared up back there too, so... That little sneak attack by Helios didn't quite work back there. You can see they even marked OP, so they probably got him. Trying to push through at Grandma's house. There isn't really much here to stop them if they try to push across that open area, because Zuko might be looking from the south. Nope. Marked by the commander. Spotted. Now there's a flare there. Brazilian cat probably threw that flare just now. felt that gap in the line at the same time I did. Zoo trying to push in the front again, but Helios not letting it happen this time. Most of the fight is definitely down here, fighting over the canal. And starting to look like maybe if they didn't take control of that garrison yet, they will soon. They've got control of the whole area. The garrison's still there. Shaolin trying to push over to it. Gets taken out by Artie. That might actually be friendly Artie coming down, but a couple of spawn-ins for Helios. Artie, not caring whose team you're on. If you walk in, you die. That Artie's coming down directly on top of that garrison. There's another OP there. More spawn-ins for Helios. Big Jim trying to get a hold of him. Trying to get in there. Big Jim goes down to Puck. LT-88 goes down. Zooj still trying to swing out and around. A number of Helios guys reacting to this, though. They're starting to come down this way. Plus, they've got that Tiger. That Tiger is just kind of plugging the hole there, preventing Zoo from pushing up the canal itself. And the line is just kind of holding right here with a handful of Zoo guys spread out, searching out for any infiltrators. Keeping Helios boxed out of most of the map. They just had a machine gunner on the glider. He immediately gets taken out. A couple of Zoo guys headed this way. There goes the Tiger, is pushing down to the south. A couple of Helios guys now have managed to get in here in the center. They're pushing up from the south themselves. Must have placed a garrison down here or something, so they're starting to get more forces down here. They're starting to push up and pinch Zoo's forces right here in the center of the map. Tiger's taking rocket hits, though, from Levinus. Ooh, that was a good rear shot. Almost got him. Taking more rockets to the front. And the Tiger goes down. Levinus gets him. Nice shooting, Levinus. Good rockets. Super Coke goes down to Sirius. More Helios guys are starting to push up from the south. That garrison up there. I have to see. Did that rocket get it? Like... It did. It did. That rocket finally clears the garrison. I don't know who shot it. I don't even see an AT over there. It was Bliso, maybe? Nice shooting. Nice shooting. Gets the garrison. Dank Nugs goes down. There's a spawn in right there. Super Coke goes down. Puck goes down. Fatigles goes down. Scythe and Squirrel right on top of each other. Shooting at each other. Scythe goes down. Squirrel gets him. I wanted to watch that fight up close. Squirrel goes down to Aragon. What was that? The Luke's destroyed. Don't know who killed the Lukes. Seemed like a satchel. Maybe it was. He might have been stuck. The way it was sitting in that creek bed like that. He could have been stuck. A couple more spawn-ins for Zoo down here. Helios still pushing up into it. But, again, now we're looking at that position when they were in before, where they have a big wedge right up here in the center, while also trying to push in the north. Charlie's pretty far across. Almost in position to get that garrison up right by the bridge. Hits McGee, gets Pisano. Icon goes down. Doesn't see him. Nobody's seen him. Oh, Levinus, you're gonna get shot in the back. Gets taken out. Pisano's gonna know you're there now. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. Gets him. But pays for it with his life. That being said, Macbeth makes it up into the circle. Well, not in the circle, but into the zone. Get his OP up over here. He got the garrison up too. I didn't see it. I didn't see it because I was watching that fight, but he did get the garrison up here. So they are. It took them a little longer than I thought it would, but they are doing what I said. They push a wedge up the center, and then while Helios is doing everything they can to stop it, they sneak up and get a garrison up on the front doorstep. Now there is a big spawn in. Oh, slow the camera down. Big spawn in for Helios right next to it though, so it might not work out that well this time. I think they really realize that Helios is spawning in right there and that they have a lot of guys on this little hedgerow. Some tank fire coming across. Let's look at it from the other way. Still looking at the empty map up to the north. Alright, drone. Was that coming from this house way back here? Where's that machine gun? Oh, there he is. Tank on the road. Okay, I was like, what the hell? Pop dart goes down. The garrison was destroyed while we weren't looking, probably with a rocket. So yeah, it didn't work out nearly as good this time. Didn't really think it would. Helios is doing a pretty good job of watching that front door now after almost losing it. They are taking back the corner of the canal here. Pretty contested. Truma goes down to clock. Who's shooting back here? There we go. Ian's. Big Jim. Want to run right past each other. They both stop. I love it. They both heard the footsteps. They both immediately stopped. Liso's looking. Gets him. Nut Dick goes down. Didn't see who got that. Ooh. Zoo. Slipped in behind a little bit. Is that in the zone? It is. It's another one of those points. It's like all the way close to the front. This really gives the advantage to Zoo on a lot of these points. I mean, the capture zone is so close to their blue territory that you can put blue zone garrisons right on their doorstep. Same with Chapel. Same with Win 5, for that matter. Same with Radar, for that matter. Uncle Red's the only one that gives Helios an advantage on this map. Huh. Well, Helios is doing a good job then, considering their slight handicap on where the capture points are. Rockets coming across. Getting down to the last under 25 minutes. If Helios wants to take back this center, they're going to have to push a little harder. They have, for the most part, been on the back foot for this whole match. And honestly, this line that we're seeing right now, it's shifted a few times, but it's come back to this pretty much every time. It's these open areas. There's only a handful of spots you can get through, and even as soon as you do, as soon as they realize that you've made it across the open area, they dedicate like a quarter of their team to stopping you. Number of Zoo guys already down here looking for this. There goes the OP. Forbes manages to clear out. Smoker gets taken down. Fatigles. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that, but that's how it looks. So you're a Greek god now. Get him, Fatigles. The Greek god of delicious food. Fight breaking out here in the center again, but not too much. Squirrel was starting to get behind, gets taken out by, I don't know, even know who got him. Scythe, maybe? Scoot Dog goes down to Para. Para's looking real lonely up in here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Somebody was in Sunken. What's going on up here? What is going on up here? Where did all of these Zoo guys come from? Starting to swing down and around using these hedgerows just south of the point to their advantage. They've even got the garrison is here in a more centralized position now and a little bit better protected, being tucked behind that hedgerow. You can protect it with your tanks a little better. 2 76s up here. You can expect Helios to bring their tanks over here to try and stop this. This is the opposite of what I just said. I said if Helios wants to capture, they need to push harder. Instead, they are getting pushed really hard by Zoo. Death Vice goes down to Levinus. Magua and Blessed right on top of each other. He heard that rocket go off. Zarkin goes down to him. He definitely heard that. Ooh, and he gets him. Good shooting by Blessed. Still a lot of pressure here from Zoo, though. Not sure where the Tigers are. I would guess there's got to be some Tigers over here somewhere there. You get some spawn-ins for Helios, some more spawn-ins for Helios further back. Drawing their forces back, they're going to lose a lot of their pressure down there by the canal. There isn't as much pressure here from Zoo as I would think, considering how deep in here they are. One of the 76s is now starting to push up over there on the left side of the screen. Here comes a bombing run. That seems to be a Helios bombing run. That is a Helios bombing run. I don't think they're going to get the garrison with that. No, I think they're assuming the garrison's up in the north again. That garrison will survive that bombing run. They, well, really only got a handful of infantry with it, but they are pulling most of their forces back now. Big fight breaking out. Some long-range rockets shooting off into nowhere over there. Probably killed a garrison too. Last time I said that, the person commented to me later and said that they killed a garrison with it. Some more flares going up. Some big fights breaking out right here in the center. Right here at Sunken. Boom! Some explosions clearing out that broken down building. Damien riding his chariot into battle. Gets hit from the flank. They got a tank over there? Was that a rocket? Good number of infantry in here. I see Chapel flickering a little bit. We are now in a cap race with Zoo having the better advantage. They got the advantage right now. They got the better capture going. That's 76. Up in the circle. That's going to lend a lot of cap weight for Zoo. It is being contested. It's still climbing towards Zoo at the moment. There's a lot of Helios infantry pushing into the circle trying to stop this. Artillery coming down. Danger close artillery for Helios. They're pushing their guys right into it. They have to stop this. They are capping Chapel on the back of this. There goes the repair station that was just built for Zoo. Excel trying to get... I don't know if he got that or not. He goes down. I don't see a satchel. They jump out in the road looking for it. That's a risky jump out looking for that. This is being contested. Chapel is still being capped. Ooh, and Helios has a pretty good presence here at Chapel. That's not a ton. It may not be enough to get this capture, but certainly was enough to take the pressure off of Sunken. They are still capping it. A number of Zoo guys going down. It's contested. Flare going up for... That was a flare for Zoo. Array goes down, but not for taking out somebody himself. It is climbing back towards Zoo. They're starting to pull this back. Helios has the guys in the circle, though. They had a squad leader in there. I don't know if he got his OP up in the circle or not. Some long-range tank fire coming on him. Does starting to look like Zoo is going to clean this up. Some more spawn-ins. Even more spawn-ins for Helios. More spawn-ins for Helios. Looks like Helios is doubling down on this attack. They are going for it. We're getting down to the last 17 minutes. They need to get this capture if they want to win this. There's a 76 pushing up for Zoo, trying to stop this capture. Helios, a lot of pressure here in the circle, but it's not enough to keep this cap going. Zoo is going to pull it back, at least for now. Boom! Big explosion there. Forbes and his squad leader gets blown to pieces. What tank is that? 70s? Just a medium? A medium and a 76. Zoo just pulled their tanks back and started blasting away. All this tank support. Definitely going to clean this up, I think. But looks like that took most of the pressure off Sunken. They do still have a lot of infantry here themselves. There is a Tiger here. Basically the same situation in reverse. Helios has their tanks and a good number of infantry to support them back in their defensive point. Zoo is still starting to cap, though. Brady goes down. Dank Nugs goes down. It's already coming down right there on the approach for Helios. Start trying to get a repair station back up so they can push their tanks back up here and engage this Tiger. Even without too much of their tank pressure up here, they are still capping. This Tiger's going to have to back up, back into the circle with another Tiger back there being repaired by Pop-Tart. Where did they just get that? What just blew up here? Nothing? Did anybody else see that explosion? Did it not seem like something just got killed by a precision strike? Or am I losing my mind? Look at this spread. Look at the spread by Zoo. They're doing a good job. They're not just focusing one spot. They're encircling the point while also pushing it through. Trying to push Helios up, back through this corner that they're in. The Venus trying to push up the canal. Shooting at Dank Nugs. Not quite getting a hold of him. Decides to go up and around. So Luke's trying to push into the circle. They are pulling back this capture. They've got a lot of pressure now. Two or three tanks here in the capture zone. With a Luke's up in the circle. This Artie coming down on them though. This could kill a number of their guys that are hanging back. Swing this camera up so that we can look to the south. There we go. That Luke's pushed right in, is shredding this infantry as they're trying to push in. They are still, the cap's fluctuating. It's going back and forth. It's going back and forth. They're doing all right. They're trying to keep the pressure on. Helios is doing a good job of stopping it, but they are still capping. I'm a little surprised. You know, I mean, they got a lot of stuff here in the capture zone. I mean, but I guess that's a lot of infantry for Zoo, and they're in the circle. They own way more of the circle. Still swinging their way. That Luke's up in the circle trying to stop it. Some infantry. Helios now pushing one of their Tigers forward. Some more spawn-ins for Helios. That looked like a satchel attempt on the Luke's, but I still hear it firing. Here comes a bombing run. That sounds like a bombing run for Zoo. Going across the top. It's going to hit that Tiger. It's going to take out a number of infantry, including some crewmen. Two of the Tigers take damage. Yeah, you lost one of your crewmen. There goes... It wasn't the Luke's. I don't know what just blew up there. Repair station, maybe. That bombing run's not going to be enough pressure, though. They still lost a lot of their infantry here in the circle. Artie just tearing them to pieces here. Doing what they can. They need to move their spawns, though, somehow, some way. They need to get those spawns out of that Artie. It's just going to keep tearing their guys up. I do see the chapel is flickering. This is also flickering. It's going back and forth. Chapel's flickering. These guys are trying to cap race each other. As Artie's just shredding them. Helios flooding into the circle with their infantry. It's looking like they're probably going to pull this back. Let's go take a look at what's going on at Chapel. I see a squad leader. A single squad leader. I also just seen a tank. Right here. Single squad leader here in the circle trying to duel it out with a tank. I don't know where his OP is, but I don't think he's going to get anybody in there in time to really do anything, especially not with that tank being there. So. What did you guys just shoot? Did you just blow this up? Was that what that was? That was a tiger that I think just got precisioned. And we watched the planes fly away instead of the explosion. Why do you guys let me cast? Some Artie coming down, taking out a couple of Helios guys. Zoo pushing right into their Artie. They do have control of the circle again. More Artie coming down. There's the garrison for Helios right there. Badagles was an AT. Never mind. Gets taken out by friendly Artie. I'm pretty sure that's friendly Artie. There was a satchel on something. I couldn't tell you what. I think I seen a repair station there a few minutes ago. So taking out that repair station. Sounds like a rocket coming at one of these tigers over here. Sirius goes down to the tiger. Big spawn in for Helios. That Artie just a little bit off, or it would have been. That would have been a money shot. That would have been the money shot if that Artie round would have landed in just a little bit further south. That's a big spawn in for Helios. That's going to do a lot to stop this capture. There's some more guys coming in for Zoo, though. It's going to kind of boil down to shooting. Pashano goes down. And Artie. This Artie is just... There's the cap. There it is. Helios does manage to get one last spawn in on that garrison before they get capped. But that's rough. That's going to be a big morale destroyer right there. Last 10 minutes of the match, losing the fourth point there. Second point, whichever team you're on, whoever you want to look at. Fourth point for Zoo gets captured. Still got Artie coming down where that garrison was. They must have placed that OP instantly. Flare going up. They're still going to see there's a number of guys here. And the next point being radar. This should turn into a pretty good slugfest here. Let's just position the camera right here and have a watch. Let's take a look. I see, it looks like one of the tigers stuck in the creek bed right there. Maybe not stuck, but that's where he is. I can hear one of the 76s nearby. Right in front of me. Oh, right in front of me. Something just blew up right there. Just a truck. I got that Artie just coming down like crazy where they had that garrison, though. And Zoo, immediately, trying to push their lines forward. Trying to stabilize this position. 76 takes a hit. Zoo pushing a number of their guys up here towards the north, trying to clear out this sector here. They've got a good line, though. Most of their forces are right here in the north. They're trying to push up, take control of this, get themselves established right on the front door. You can get a garrison up right here in this creek bed, you know, and then another one down here, and then, you know, try to push your way across that open area. You can kind of push your way up this way. Adversely, Helios, they can push their guys down this trench. They can kind of push across right here if they get garrisons up here. And they probably have a garrison here where they're going to try and push in and then up through the canal. But they don't have a lot of time to do a huge flank like that. So I'm going to guess that Helios is probably going to try and just... Ooh, that rocket got a hold of somebody. It didn't get the tiger, but it got a hold of somebody. I enjoyed that. Oh, what did we lose here? What is it? The Stewie. I lost a Stewart to something. Got a 76 further south, shooting through up towards the north. The Zoo still trying to push towards this corner. There's a big hit, big Artie hit. They've shifted their Artie up over here now. Winston didn't even manage to kill him before the Artie did. There's another spawn in for Helios. Artie immediately gets a hold of one of them. The Zoo's gonna push right into their Artie. Oh, I was going to lock on to Quick Nicks, but he died. So they're trying to push up into this corner, but they're getting killed by their own artillery. Having a hard time here. At the same time, Helios has their artillery coming down right through the main approach, preventing Zoo from being able to establish themselves on the front door. Unfortunately, they got a couple of their OPs through, immediately taking casualties from the north. Scoot Dog using their scope. Where are you? Just peeking through the bushes. Just peeking at this house. Oh, that's cool. He got him. Yeah, that was fun. Mudborn goes down to Zarka, and it looks like they're finally going to take out what's in this corner. Already coming down. Flares going up. That's a Helios flare over the circle. Where'd that come from? Somewhere from behind, I think. No? Nobody? Alright. It's just a solid line. It looked like Helios was right about here, but it kind of looked like they have a little bit, yep, they have a little bit of a gap busted through Zoo's lines. If they can push north fast enough, they shouldn't even try to engage here. They're kind of, they made it in, and they cut a hole in their lines, but now they got to push south and engage the troops south of them. It might be better to just have one or two guys shoot, hold them up, keep them from pushing too fast, and have everybody else push north as hard and as fast as you can. But Zoo, they just got guys waiting for them. They're covering their sectors. They're holding the line. I don't even think they're trying to push it all anymore. They know. They've only got to hold for 1 minute and 24 seconds and they win this match, so... Looking pretty good for Zoo at the moment. Helios could do it. They would, and I don't know if they can, though. I really don't know if they can. Because they have 1 minute to get into the circle and start the cap, and they don't have anything within a minute of walking. Even if they ran without getting shot at straight to the point, I don't know if they could get there in time to cap it. So this is looking pretty good for Zoo at the moment. Macbeth makes it across the open up here in the north. Gonna try and drop an OP. Mudborn right on top of him. He might not even be able to drop an OP. Enemy's too close. Mudborn knows there's somebody here. I thought I just heard a shot. I think they're aware of each other. And Mudborn goes down. Macbeth wins the exchange. Zoo's starting to push up using their tanks to push through the center too. Did they lose a tank here? Didn't they have two here a second ago? Is that just my imagination? There they are. They are, though. They're starting to push up. There it is. They did have second tanks. So they're starting to push up this road. The other tank was... Where the fuck is he? Oh. There. He's right here. Getting shot in the back by Tits McGee. Avox gets Encon. This is a Zoo victory, by the way. They no longer have enough time to capture, so we're just gonna watch this unfold in front of us. A little bit of shooting it out. Here comes the 76 with Arctic running on the... Well, was riding on the back. Taking some casualties while trying to shoot at it. You got spotted. There goes the OP. Boom, there it goes. You know, there is actually still enough time on the clock for Zoo to get this final capture, though, if they want to go 5-0. They got about 40 seconds to start the capture, and they are shoving their 76 right in the front. Joe goes down. He takes a rocket from Mick. Fatigles, defend your tank. I know you saw that rocket. Where did all you guys come from? He got that OP. good number of infantry here. They could support that 76, even though he's wounded. He is in the circle, just hanging out. There's Smithers in the bunker. Your mom! Your mom! Hey, what's up, dude? Hey, that was a good game we had the other night. You showed me immediately why you guys are a Division 1 team and I'm a Division 4 team. Hi, Lihu. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Hey, there's a big spawn in for Helios. Artie almost gets a hold of all of them. Helios says, hell no, you're not going 5-0 on us. They managed to slow it up in time. Minute 45 left on the clock. That 76 taking a number of rockets, 4 rocket hits. Hi, Wix. Oh, bye, Wix. 5 rockets before that 76 goes down. Ooh, that was a rocket directly through the bunker door. That was a nice shot. There's actually a lot of zoo guys, and they are starting to camp. They had a little bit more time. I think they would have 5-0'd this. Oh, never mind. Bombing run and Artie pretty much cleaned up all of that. Like, fucking all of it. Holy shit. Oh, some rockets going off. Helios pushes it back. These guys getting right on top of each other. What are you gonna do, Widow? Ooh, Widow and Zarkin. Widow goes down to Zarkin. Somebody heard your footsteps. Some more spawn-ins for Helios. Artie's dropping all over the place. Ooh, yeah. That was such a good match. It was a really good back and forth, guys. I really enjoyed that. It was not static at all. Like, one team would push, the other team would push back. Scoot Dog pushing out, gets a ray. Who gets the... Heiser goes down as the final kill of the match that I seen. Whew. Wow. Fucking awesome. Let's take a look at the combat scores real quick. It's 800 combat score right there for LT88. What do we got? See some big ones. I'm not seeing a ton of real big ones. That's Tank. Not seeing a ton of big individual combat scores for Helios. 518, I think, is the biggest one I've seen for Helios. All around, though, everybody did a great job. I really enjoyed that. I don't really have anything specific to like say or add because I'm not the strategist here. It seemed just like you guys were doing a lot of good of like drawing their attention, drawing the team into a fight, and then already having a squad somewhere ready to flip the fight somewhere else. You weren't just relying on muscling your way through the fights, even though we did see some of that too. But yeah, that was some really good tactics going on there. I enjoyed watching that. I appreciate you guys having me and letting me stream for you. I like everybody else. I also want to get practiced and warmed up before seasonal starts here in a couple weeks or whatever it is. I don't know the exact date, but I'm really excited for it. I hope I do some more casts for you guys again here before it gets started. But either way, you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll catch you guys next time. Take it easy.